LeBron James is now in his 19th NBA season, nearly 2 decades into this game, and his records and accomplishments continue to pile up year after year. But one record LeBron is still chasing is one of the most coveted NBA records, the all-time leader for points scored. Now, LeBron's getting close, but he still has a long way to go. But LeBron does hold a record that some may argue is even more impactful, and that's points generated. We've talked about this stat on this channel before. Points generated is the total amount of points a player has produced through both scoring and assists, which reflects a player's impact on the game much more than just points alone. Here's a chart of the highest point generators in NBA history. You've got Melo, Dirk, Magic, Wilt, Westbrook, Chris Paul right above Jordan, and the top point generators of all time in Kobe Bryant, Karl Malone, and John Stockton. Only 12 players have ever generated over 40,000 points. And then there's LeBron. 58,348 points generated. Out of all of LeBron's record, this is easily the most incredible one I've ever seen. And if that's not crazy enough, at the rate that LeBron is going, if he plays 4 more seasons, he should end up somewhere around here. There's only a handful of untouchable records in the NBA, and this one will eventually be added to that list. But after recent events, let's just hope that LeBron can even stay on the court to continue this historic run. Massive thank you to SimpliSafe for sponsoring today's video. SimpliSafe is a robust whole home security system that's easy to use, affordable, and free from contracts and hidden costs. If you've ever wanted to make your home feel safer, there is no better time than now. Our friends over at SimpliSafe are giving you early access to all their Black Friday deals. 50% off or more on their award-winning home security. They've got sensors to cover every window, room, and door, plus lots of great extras. You've got your water sensors, smoke detectors, HD cameras for indoors and outside, doorbell cameras, and everything in between. From there, your home is professionally monitored 24/7. If anything happens, SimpliSafe's always-on team will call authorities immediately. In today's crazy world, you can never be too safe. I got kids, and having SimpliSafe gives me that much-needed security and peace of mind. And with the holiday season quickly approaching, SimpliSafe provides the perfect line of gifts for friends and family. Join over 3 million Americans using SimpliSafe and save 50% off or more on your SimpliSafe security during their biggest sale of the year going on right now. Visit simplisafe.com/JxmyHighroller to learn more about their award-winning home security today. As the 2021-2022 NBA season continues, I think we can all agree that this has been one of the more exciting and unpredictable seasons in recent history. And with so many interesting storylines and games going on, I've decided to condense some of the crazier moments in this one video. Let's get the facts straight, and buckle up, because some of these facts you'll have to see to believe. Earlier this week during a Lakers vs Pistons matchup, LeBron James nearly decapitated Isaiah Stewart and damn near started World War III. Alright, maybe that was a bit of an exaggeration, but Isaiah was bleeding pretty badly and was rightfully furious with LeBron. It virtually took the entire city of Detroit to hold him back as he did his best Derrick Henry impression.
Henry, breaking free, 20, 25!
Now, as we just discussed, LeBron has done many things throughout his nearly 2-decade-long NBA career. But during this game, he managed to do a first. 1,584 games into his career, LeBron received his first ever suspension. So it turns out that the NBA will in fact punish LeBron if necessary. It just takes a mean slap to the face, benches clearing, a 10-minute scuffle, and 15 broken tackles by a player who looks like he's ready to go to war with LeBron. See, now that's where the NBA draws the line. But on a more positive note, the Golden State Warriors are on an absolute tear right now. They currently have the best record in the NBA right now with 15 wins and just 2 losses. At this pace, the Warriors will finish the season with, believe it or not, a 73-9 record, tying the NBA record for the most wins in a regular season, which they previously set back in 2016. Ironically, the Houston Rockets are on track to breaking a different record, a record that no player wants to be a part of. At their current pace, the Houston Rockets are on track to winning just 5 games the entire season. 5. Which would make them easily the worst regular season team in NBA history. As we all know, the league has tweaked its definition of a shooting foul this season, and as a result, players across the board are shooting less free throws per game, completely shifting the way offense and defense are played in the NBA. The huge change this season has resulted in the least amount of free throw attempts per game than any other season in NBA history, with just 20 free throw attempts per team per game. To show just how big this free throw drought has been, just 2 seasons ago, James Harden and Russell Westbrook shot 18.5 free throws attempts per game just between the two of them. And the shift in scoring is not the only massive change going on in the NBA right now. For years, the Western Conference has been noticeably better than the Eastern Conference. But this year has been different. For the first time in 24 seasons, the East is winning more games than the West. This is huge. A lot of fans watching this video right now have never seen an NBA dominated by the East. In fact, the last time this was the case, Michael Jordan was still playing for the Bulls. Recently on this channel, we discussed how the league is seeing a drop in scoring altogether, from the foul line to the paint to the three-point line. And Jonas Valanciunas has capitalized on this drought, rising to the top of the three-point shooting percentage leaderboard this season. This man is a 7-foot center that not too long ago attempted just 4 3-pointers in his first 5 seasons. Now, this man is the most accurate 3-point shooter in the entire league by a massive margin. In fact, if Jonas can keep this up, which I'll admit is a big if, he will have the highest 3-point percentage of any qualifying player since the league added the shot back in 1981. Talk about an unbelievable fact. And I know what some of y'all are thinking. His shooting percentage is only higher than some of these players because he attempts less threes. But you see that mark right there? That's Kyle Korver, and he currently holds the record at 53%. Jonas Valanciunas is attempting more threes per game this season than Kyle Korver did in that season. And if Jonas is the king of 3-point efficiency, then Stephen Curry is the king of 3-point volume. Well, he's been the king of the 3 for quite some time now, but Steph is on pace to doing something that even he has never done before. Because at the current rate that Steph is knocking down threes this season, he is on pace to finish with the most threes made in a single season. In fact, he's on pace to not just breaking his old record of 402, he's on pace to shattering that record. But while Steph is lighting up the scoreboard and making headlines every other game, another player is quietly having one of the most impactful seasons we've ever seen. That player being the reigning MVP, Nikola Jokic. In terms of measuring a player's impact on winning, the win shares per 48 statistic is one of the better metrics we have. It's literally an estimated number of wins a player contributes per 48 minutes. And when it comes to winning basketball, Nikola Jokic is second to none. Here's a chart of every single qualifying NBA player this season and their win shares per 48. As you can see, most players are floating somewhere between 0.05 and 0.15, the league average being exactly 0.1. Players who average anything above about 0.18 are the elite of the elite. Near the top, you'll find Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns, DeMar DeRozan, Chris Paul. Among the league's very best are Durant, Giannis, Curry, Jimmy Butler, and way above them is Nikola Jokic, currently with a win share per 48 of 0.346. But Jokic doesn't just have the highest win shares per 48 this season. He currently has the highest win shares per 48 of all time. And believe it or not, this is just one of many incredible numbers Jokic is producing this season that are going completely unnoticed by fans and NBA media. I'll be doing a deep dive into the incredible season Jokic is putting together sometime next week, so stay tuned for that. But until then, hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time.